The acquisition of relevant skills and entrepreneurial training has transformed millions of persons globally from being job seekers to job creators and employers of labor. Empirical evidence show that entrepreneurs and operators of SMEs form the bulk of informal sectors of the economy of many nations, thus making them the driving force behind the fastest growing economies of the world. This is predicated on its undeniable ability to create jobs and wealth. For instance, the burgeoning Chinese economy is a good example of the overwhelming influence entrepreneurs have on their economy, where they and SME operators contribute over 40% to its gross domestic product, GDP. The facts are therefore indicative that any serious government desirous of dealing a decisive blow on unemployment, poverty alleviation, and create jobs cannot turn a blind eye to the many benefits entrepreneurs have on a country or state's economy.
Entrepreneurship is what is driving the world economy. Like China, for instance, where you see that it is the culture, the norm, to breed a set of young entrepreneurs that are motivators, that can change the future. If we have good entrepreneurs, you'll find out that this state will be the lead in the committee of states in this nation.
In oil-rich Nigeria's south-south states of Delta, the administration of Senator Dr. Arthur Ifeanyi at inception in 2015 promised to do things differently and bring prosperity to all Deltans based on a smart agenda.
About 3.5 years ago, when the governor took over the mantle of leadership in Delta State, he entered into a social contract with Deltans. He promised that he's going to invest on the creation of wealth and job for Deltans, infrastructure and human capital development. He has performed creatively well.
It was therefore not surprising his determination to actualize this vision midwifed the birth of empowerment programs such as Youth Agricultural Empowerment Program YAGEP, Skills Training Entrepreneurship Program STEP, and others. These empowerment and entrepreneurship programs, running into its fourth cycle on the trot, were designed to increase the self-worth of youths, making them stronger, as it has enabled them represent their interests in a responsible and self-determined way, while acting on their own authority as CEOs of their own companies.
He has done very great thing. He has made some youth that were jobless, those who were out of school for more than 5 years, 6 years, some of them up to 15 years without job. But he has been able to empower them. Now they are employers of labor.
The STEP YAGEP Entrepreneurship Program enters its fourth cycle with the second edition of the product exhibition organized by the state governments for older beneficiaries to display their craft for patronage. The exhibition also provides an avenue to show proof and impact of the programs thus far. YAGEP and STEP, since inception in 2016, has consistently enriched countless lives both in the rural and urban centers. The programs have gained so much traction that the sea of heads in this hall is part of the 1,148 new inductees awaiting induction for the 2019 batch. The huge numbers is testimony to the popularity and impact of these programs.
If you look at the massive number you see in the hall today, these are people who have been trained in different crafts. And today they have an opportunity to exhibit what they have been doing and what they have been trained on. So it's a big joy to us that we have created people who are employers tomorrow. And that is actually what this program is all about.
We are creating jobs in Delta State. We are not just creating jobs, we are creating entrepreneurs, having multiplier effect on the people.
Testimonies of life-changing experiences of older beneficiaries lend credence to the impact of the vision. Such testimonies help rev up the morale of new inductees.
I've never benefited anything from the government, but you came and then you changed everything. And now I have a business of my own. I have a spa in Lagos. I'm an employer of labor and also train people. I will say that Governor Okowa for president. Yes, for president.
Since I was giving startup pack, I've been doing very well. I've employed about 7 people working with me now, and I've trained up to 100 persons. I've traveled around the whole world since I was trained, and I even bought car of myself through the business. I'm also training for job creation. I want to appreciate you, sir.
The Commissioner for Economic Planning, Delta State, Kingsley Emu, further reiterates the resounding success recorded as he tells the crowd that no fewer than 20,000 entrepreneurs have been trained and empowered under the various job creation programs.
We have in excess of 20,000 trained and established. They are entrepreneurs. We have over 4,223 entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs who are themselves very successful in the business they're doing.
Some of the inductees spoke with Smart Delta about their new experiences as they look to the future with a deep sense of hope.
The state governor has given me an opportunity to expand my fish pan and to employ people. Instead of seeking for a job, I'm now an employer of labor.
I'm happy to be in this program because everything is going to be given to me free.
I'm very grateful to him. What I'm praying is that it's just for grace of God to continue, that this thing that has been given to me, let it not die in my own hands.
Governor Okowa was no doubt a happy man as he listened to the impact his vision has made in a relatively short time. While addressing the new inductees, he recalled with nostalgia the unease and uncertainty that greeted his assumption of office and how such have been replaced by hope and optimism, which has fueled his resolve to do more.
I am strengthened as your governor as a result of the resolve that each and every entrepreneur has made to succeed. Because for every single one of you that succeeds, you give me strength. Because you give hope to those who are around you that tomorrow could be secure if only they can get committed to using their brains and their hands to do things. In my second tenure, it will be ×3 what we are doing at the moment.
This kind of testimonies is responsible for the outpouring of love by Deltans on Governor Okowa at the various campaigns and rallies where they have unequivocally said Okowa deserves a second term.
If you look at our youth today, they are no longer on the street. Most of them now, they are employer of the laborers. He's doing marvelous thing in Delta State.
Dr. Okowa has done so many good things in Delta State. Eyes have seen it, mouths have been testifying to it. He has created jobs for people, and that has been the driving force towards the success of his administration.
Before, we used to have jobless youths looking for oil money, sitting at home, fighting, destroying things. But since the governor came in, he has been able to take talents, he has been able to take youth off the street, empowering them. So to me, it's a great project coming from the governor. And I'm going to vote for him again so he can consolidate on that.
The atmosphere at the Cenotaph, venue for the second edition of the products exhibition, was electric and carnival-like as music rends the air. Step and Yageb exhibitors interface with customers as they bargain and haggle to sell their wares.
Don't doubt, I am the one that make it. This is from 43 foreign soul, it's free size. Somebody 45 can wear it.
Senator Okowa, with his guests in tow, notable among them, PDP Vice Presidential candidate Peter Obi, moved from stand to stand asking questions about the products on display.
You can see what it means when you have a good government. The difference is clear.
The interactions afforded Governor Okowa the opportunity to throw in words of encouragement to these ones who are rightly his protege.
When did you graduate from the program?
2018.
You have customers for all this?
Yes.
So what do you do? They actually tell you what they want, then you go back and fabricate them.
Yes.
So you're fabricating different things, not just this?
No, not already. So both those material.
As the governor and his entourage continue their tour of the venue, Smart Delta Media team combed every nook and cranny to bring reports of the impact and life-changing experiences of the new set of entrepreneurs in Delta. One of such stepreneur was Obarakpo Alfred, who is a catfish farmer. He has gone beyond the ordinary routine of nurturing the catfish to end up on our dining tables. He has gone the extra mile to research on how to extract catfish oil, which adds more value to his fish farming. The oil has lots of nutritional and medicinal values. Of course, it's a lot more expensive, but it puts more money into his pockets.
We are recommending this to all Deltans, to all Nigerians, Africa, and the world over, that catfish truly have an oil which is medicinal to us, which shows the way BP, which, BP, when you're having BP, there are issues of headache and others. This substance called oil has undergone some scientific process of filtration, decantation, certification to ensure this product is perfectly pure, safe and strings for consumption.
Yet other yagapreneurs in same fish farming are bringing in all kinds of innovation to add value to their products. For instance, Brights is not content with just selling off his fish. He does barbecue as added value. He has researched into local spices that increase the food value of the fish.
Ever since I've been into this scheme, things have been so good for me. Almost every week I receive phone calls that they need to get my products. As in terms of financial capacity, it has improved tremendously. So I thank God. I thank our amiable governor, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, for this program.
Row, row, row. Everybody say Okowa, oh, we got Salmon for 2019. Oh. If you want to Oroma, row, row, row. For Okowa. Everybody say Okowa, oh, we got Salmon. The smart agenda, 2019 Messiah. We re-elect Okowa. Everybody want to for good roads, Okowa. For more jobs, Okowa. For youth empowerment, Okowa. For better Delta, Okowa. For the smart agenda, Okowa. 2019 Messiah. Row, row, row. Everybody say Okowa. Oh, we got Salmon. For more jobs, Okowa. For Okowa, make it.
That these young entrepreneurs are getting creative and finding out newer and better ways to add value to their products, thereby taking them to the next level financially and business-wise, is part of the vision and reason government initiated the programs in the first place.
I've made a lot of money today. If I should calculate, I'll sell more than 10 to 12 fishes, and that's at the rate of 3,000. That's if I'm to sell fresh, I will sell at the rate of maybe 1,500 to 2,000. But when I process it to barbecue, I sell at the rate of 3,000. So that really enhanced much more gain to my pocket.
Yet others, like Emanuela Clinton, CEO Nuella Farms, talks passionately about her poultry farm and the impact on her life and new ideas she has to make business even better.
Before now, we just raise birds and sell, but now I process and supply to hotels and walk-in customers. Right now, I'm doing thousands of birds. I intend increasing to 10,000 birds because demand is the essence of increasing or expanding your business, and the demand is there.
Pinnick Ogbishe, who is an engineering graduate and welding and fabrication specialist, had an interesting story to share with Smart Delta. He describes Okowa as a man with a third eye for seeing beyond his nose, for initiating policies that birthed these programs with so much impact in the lives of Delta youths. Things couldn't have been better, as he hardly has spare time since he is inundated with job requests.
I'm not just doing a roadside weather, but I'm doing a factory that can produce and manufacture things. So I will need more hands, and I'm going to employ a lot of Deltans to come in. So it's not about just making money, but it's about the focus and the experience and what you all enjoy from it. And I think a lot of young people are going to enjoy the same thing from it.
His colleague in the welding and fabrication business, Nelson Odeorisha, is not left out of the good reports this entire experience has had on his life too.
Since I attended this program and finished the program, I'm so very happy every day because I do things for people. At times I do gates, iron gates, very big. And whatever thing I produce in my store, people see it and people come to ask for requests of it. So I'm so very happy every day now.
One of the cardinal objectives of the policies that birthed these programs was that beneficiaries will create jobs by employing and training others and consequently reducing unemployment. The stories of Judith Oko, Stanley, a state chair, who are stepreneurs and exhibitors at the second edition, are into leatherworks and cosmetology respectively, lend credence after the fact. They are unanimous in their verdict that the governor has inspired them to put their skills to work.
After the program, I just exploded from one branch to another. I have a branch now in Ibuzo and I have another branch here in Asaba. Planning on opening the next one in Onitsha. Through the program, my finishing for my products has so well improved, like I can export this product right here. I want to say a very big thank you to our governor, Okowa. He has changed my life.
The governor has really inspired us, to put our skills to work. Very sure by next month we should be launching our website where you can visit and purchase any of our products. And it's been an awesome experience. I've been getting jobs from within the state, outside the state, even outside of the country. These are dreams that one didn't think would come so fast, and they're coming very well, and it's been wonderful.
It may not be out of place to refer to Senator Okowa as a youth-friendly governor based on tangible and verifiable indices. It is against this backdrop his administration has raised, developed and transformed a new generation of entrepreneurs. This paradigm shift has further thrown up the likes of Ono, Ogovui and Agwama Bayafado.
Smart Delta.
Onome, who describes herself as a cordwainer, as she is an expert in leatherwork, says step training helped her rebrand with wider knowledge in her craft. She also explains that her pool of clientele has increased based on the quality of her products, as she has trained capable hands who are working for her. Based on these encouraging indices, she has her eyes on the international market.
I have accomplished a lot because now I have a very large clientele base. I have companies I produce shoes for. I have schools I produce shoes for. And I've also started exportations. I've trained over 1,000 people since I finished from the empowerment program. I just want to say thank you. I appreciate everything he's done because he's opened our eyes to a whole larger perspective of this profession.
For Bayafado, one of those blazing the trail in rice farming under the Yage program, the impact is so good that it has changed his story, and the opportunity couldn't have come at a better time.
Here I am, a proud rice farmer with the evidence. It was made possible by the smart governor and his team. My bank account is a testimony that something happened. At this time of our national life, there is no white-collar jobs. My friends out there is money in farming. Give it a shot and you'll be smiling to the bank.
The combined efforts of these entrepreneurs have contributed to the annual economic growth rates of the services sector in the state. According to the governor, in the agricultural sector, the annual average has scaled up from 8.6% in 2015 to 13.3% in 2017. The incremental output from STEP and YAGEP and other agricultural sector interventions since 2015 has contributed to this growth. These efforts have led to international recognition.
In December 2017, the Job Creation Scheme was endorsed by the World Bank and European Union State Employment and Expenditure for Results, C4, for funding support. Because, according to the World Bank, in quotes, Delta State is the only state that has demonstrated its commitment to skills development in practical terms, end of quote. In fulfillment of this promise, the 2017-2018 program cycle was executed through funds provided by the World Bank and the C4 in partnership with the state government.
It was also these impressive growth rates and impact that motivated the globally renowned Tony Elumelu Foundation TEF to identify with the program some time ago.
It's quite humbling to hear what His Excellency and you all have achieved in Delta State. It makes me more proud of my state of origin, and it makes me happier to call His Excellency Dr. my governor. Thank you very much. I will be committing the sum of 500 million naira.
It is therefore not surprising that from the mangrove forest of Warri in the South Senatorial District to the plain farmlands of Ika in the North Senatorial District in the state, the endorsement for Okowa's second tenure has grown louder by the day.
His developmental stride is great, and we praise him for that. We thank him, and that is the reason why we want to re-elect him for a second tenure.
Youth empowerment, he has done a lot. Road construction, he has done a lot. He's a smart governor. He has affected the lives of Deltans in every way.
He deserves a second tenure for all these things and many more.
The exhibition threw up the creative ingenuity of the STEP and Yagrapreneurs. For instance, in fashion and design section, these statues are living human mannequins. They brought so much beauty and suspense to the scenario as they would talk to no one. The creators of the clothes being modeled chatted with Smart Delta Media.
After my service, it has not been easy because no job, nothing to do, still depending on my mother, which is not supposed to be. But from when I was admitted into this program, from that day, I became self-employed. As it is now, I have some under me, which I'm training presently.
I've been going from exhibition to exhibition, all thanks to this job creation scheme. My clothing line is registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission. I have 2 staffs working under me. One big thing this has done for me is that really giving me that stability.
Stepreneurs into events management showed a lot of prowess with their breathtaking decorations. They explained that skills on display here are courtesy training and empowerment they got under the government empowerment programs.
Because of this skill, we have things to fall back on. At the end of the day, we'll go home with something. If it is before, when we rely on people, it will make you receive a lot of insults. But since we have learnt this skill, and with the empowerment of Okowa, most of us are not out the streets. We can feed ourselves, take care of our families. So Okowa have really done a very good job, and we are saying thank you to him.
I have 4 workers that are working under me. I've gone to Abuja for exhibition, I've gone to Sapele, I've gone to Warri, I've gone to Bini. As I speak to you, I came back from Bini last week for Maleke show. So today I'm happy for what Okowa is doing. I pray to God we should continue supporting him because he has a good heart. He loves the people, he loves the youth, he wants the youth to grow.
The exhibition was an eye-opener as the wide range of products, skills and crafts on display show the depth the programs have attained in a relatively short time. The prosperity mantra is on course and government is prepared to go to any length to bring prosperity to Deltans.
You know, it doesn't wish to have this concept of white-collar jobs. Go to the office and sit. Those jobs are no more there. Skilled personnel are scarce. So what the governor is doing, okay, we'll create jobs for people, enable them acquire skills so that they will be marketable. We want to market Deltans worldwide, and we are already doing that. The results are showing.
When you train one, you train times 7 or times 10. And what the governor have done in terms of empowering the youth of this state is not just one person, but times 60 some cases since they gave them their counterpart fund. They have improved on the life of more youths than ever before.
For those into electrical installation like Ambassador Igote Gudo, Tyre Okemute, a baking and confectionery specialist, Osakwe Chidebere, a hairdressing and makeover guru, and many others into ICT, audio visuals, are all putting Delta States on the world map as a serious-minded people.
This day there's no job anywhere. I believe that having skills on myself, I can at least pass on this to the others. Now I can wire house, I can install some other things. So I train people. Now I'm a boss of my own.
With this, I'm going to take care of my family and assist my husband as well.
One of the many benefits of these programs is that young Deltans of like minds are bonding up and getting married. The success story can't be better, as two good heads are better than one to carry on their enterprise, thus firming up the prosperity mantra.
I met my wife in the farm, and it's courtesy of Yagep. So I'm indeed grateful to Yagep, and I will ever be grateful because they gave me a gift in the person of my lovely wife.
2015, 2016, I had the opportunity to be involved in the STEP and Yagep program. While I was at the Songhai, I met a lady whom I later on proposed to. I'm married today to her from this program. I want to thank the governor very much.
With good reports tumbling in with undeniable evidence of prosperity as promised by Governor Kowa, support for him will continue to be on the increase, even as he has promised to redouble his efforts in his second tenure. Deltans are certainly in for a good time in the years ahead.
Come to Delta State, come and see the good things where Okowa they do you better. Run, come to Delta State, come and see the good things where Okowa they do. I see your job and work creation in Delta, make the youth say them higher. Okowa, I see good roads everywhere in Delta, make the people say them cola. Come live in Delta, say me I say, come invest in Delta. Come explore the potentials of our state.